G'day friends, I'm just going to draw these curtains back. It just seems a little bit dark. Just a minute. That a little bit better? It's Vicky Wright, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, Australia. So I'm a little bit late with our Create Weekly live, but better late than never. So what we're going to do is another sketch layout. Just bear with me, Sorry. Another sketch layout, number 3, and this is our layout we're going to do. So again, it's pretty easy, but it's excuse me, it's got a lot of potential. Okie dokie. So we'll just put this to the side. Now today what we're going to be using is the framed Florets stamp bundle, actually, and which includes the stamp set and the dies, and I'm also going to include the gold adhesive backed swirls. I'm really liking these, actually. They've got a nice little bit of a swirl in the middle and out to the edge. I don't know whether you can see that or not. And also along with that, we're going to use the Fitting Florets DSP, which is only, along with the swirls and the DSP, are only available for a limited time until sold out. Okay, so these are available to purchase now. These won't be in the new mini, but the bundle will be. So these are the papers, quite pretty actually, lot to do with, lot you can do with it, and for all occasions. And then that's the other side. We're going to be using this one today. Okay, so that's what we're going to be playing with. And as I said, we're going to be using this sketch. So I'm going to bring in my piece of DSP and a piece of basic white and some adhesive. So we're just going to stick this to our piece of basic white. And I always leave just probably 1/8 of an inch border around the edges. Now, as usual, the measurements and tutorial will be available in our Stamp and Create Facebook group. Okay. Then what I think I'm going to do is add this to another piece, not another piece, but a basic white base card. Or will I do I haven't got my bone folder, so I'll just use my thumb. Will I do, actually I might do soft succulent, let's do that. So then what we're going to do is stick this to our base card, which is now soft succulent. Oops. That looks straight. Somehow no. Okay, that's better. So that is our base card all done. Okie dokie. Now, we're going to do this section here, but I've changed it around a little bit because I wanted to use the dies. So, whoops, just drop one. If I don't get it now, I'll forget. Just bear with me, I apologise. It's gone right under the table. Okay, so this is what we're going to use. These are the dies, okie dokie. Now I've used this die, and what I've done is I've cut out one with basic white, and you will get two pieces. So you'll get an oval in basic white, and you'll get this oval with the pattern around the outside in the basic white. Then I did the same thing with a piece of Blushing Bride. So just pretend that's basic white, and that's what you will get. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. So I've got rid of the basic white middle, and we're using the basic white outside and the Blushing Bride inside. Hope that makes sense. Okie dokie. So we'll put that back before I lose more. Oops. I haven't put it in on a magnet sheet yet, so I must do that. Okie dokie. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to stick this down. So this is our shape we're doing here. So instead of the triangle, I've changed it around to use the oval. Now you could use any shape you wanted to. Your sketch is only a guide, and instead of using the DSP, you could emboss your background if you wanted to, or stamp background, or do a technique on your background. It's entirely, entirely up to you. Now hopefully that has stuck. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our pink oval, Blushing Bride oval I should say. And what I've done in this DSP, there's a couple of sheets that will match the die cut, the dies, and then there's some that you will have to fussy cut. Okay, so this one actually matches one of the dies. Let's see. So this one, this one I think it is, this one, yeah, will actually match the dies, okay, that image. So you can use, or you can fussy cut it. They're pretty easy to fussy cut out. So that's one we'll be using, and we're going to be using that one, I think it is. So what I've done, I've already done that. So before we do that, I'm actually going to pop this up using a couple of dimensionals. Okay, and we're just going to pop this right into the center like that. And hopefully that is straight. And just press that down now that it's nice and straight. And that is our shape. Okay. Then I'm going to bring in our flowers. So this one has been die cut. And this one has been fussy cut. Okie dokie. So I'm actually going to we might just stick that just like that and just sort of fit that in around like that. I think that'll be okay. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of glue to the back of the flowers. Just like that. Okay. Now you can stamp an image on here if you wanted to. You can emboss an image if you wanted to. You can emboss your background instead of your DSP too. Oops. And we'll just stick that like that. Okay, so that's nearly our card done. Nice and easy and simple, which is what we like sometimes. Then I'm going to bring in a piece of basic white cardstock, and I'm going to actually cut this back, I think. We'll cut this back to about 3 inches. See how we go there. Actually, I might cut 2 back just in case I make a mistake. And we're going to bring in a sentiment. Actually, I've just realised we're not going to actually use this stamp set. No, we're just using the dies. We're actually going to use the Merry Christmas from Peaceful Deer stamp set because I want to make this a Christmas card. Okie dokie. But you could make it for any occasion that you like. So we're going to bring in our sentiment, and we're going to stamp it in Evening Evergreen. Okay. I'm just gonna, I always stamp on scrap paper first, so just to make sure that it's nice and straight, or if you wanted to, you could use your Stamparatus. So just bear with me while I do this. That looks pretty straight. Bit of a spot there, so what I might do is just cut this little bit off here. Let's do that again, eh? Because I want it overlapping a little bit more. Hoping that's straight. Yep, pretty good. Now I will be honest and I will say I'm not a green person, but when I use the greens, I quite like them. So then what we're going to do is just put a little bit of glue along the back. You could pop this up if you wanted to, but I don't want it to be too high up. And just press that down just nice and gently. Okay, then we're going to bring in our gold swirls, and we are going to just add a couple to our card. I might want to do one there. And that is our card nearly finished. But of course, we have to have a matching inside. So let's bring in a piece of basic white and a piece of scrap paper. Or not scrap paper, but scrap DSP. And we'll put this down the side or along the bottom if you wanted to. And we're just going to trim this back. And we're then going to pop it inside. Okay, now if you wanted to, I'll just show you a bit of a trick. So that is our card. Felt like a little bit of glue there, but it's not. Okay, so that is our card, nice and finished. Okay, now with this DSP, you have got part images on the side. What you could do is cut them out and then just stick them to the inside of your basic white or your layer for the inside. And then you could also do another one for your envelope. But I'm just going to use another piece of scrap DSP and stick it down the side too. And just trim it off so that it's nice and squared away. And that is our card for today. As I said, very easy, very simple, but I like how you can turn this set into a Christmas card if you wanted to. Before we go, I'm just going to show you a couple of other ideas using the same bundle and DSP. So again with this one, I've used a different DSP. I've stamped the flowers twice. So this, before I do that, this oval is the matching, the inside of the Whisper basic white oval, and the inside of the blushing, let me rephrase that, the Blushing Bride oval is the inside of the Blushing Bride outside oval. I hope that's clear. So there's two. So as I was saying, I stamped this flower twice with polished pink. It's been stamped in Evening Evergreen again, green again. Then what I did as an afterthought to just make it pop a little bit, I actually then went back and coloured the flowers with Stampin' Blends. So this is Balmy Blue, Soft Succulent, and this colour is actually from the neutrals. No, not the neutrals, the skin tone. I think they're the skin tones, aren't they? Stampin' Blends. Let me just check for you. They're the Stampin' Blends anyhow. Neutral tones they are, so those there. I just picked two that were very close to the pink and went for that. Now I have got another one that I will show you too, and it's very much using the layout as it is. Okay, so that's it there. Again, I've used the Fitting Florets DSP, Balmy Blue, Basic White, the DSP, Balmy Blue, that is Soft Succulent, they're the Swirls, and then I stamped Evening Evergreen onto a piece of Balmy Blue. Okay, so this one was Evening Evergreen, Blushing Bride, and then the DSP. So there are our cards, all using the same DSP and stamp set and the same layout. Okay, well, thanks for joining me and enjoy it. Oh, before I go, don't forget the 15%, sorry, the huge seasonal sale that happens today and goes until Friday. It's only certain items from the annual catalogue. Okie dokie, and the link will be down below. Okay, thanks for joining me. Enjoy your day. See ya. Hooray.